Okay, y'all, I'm back again. Know I look crazy. I'm wearing the same thing as last time because I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video or not, but I haven't done laundry in a while. Not even gonna lie. Like, I've had no time. Excuse me, I didn't do laundry this week. All of my pajamas are dirty, so I've been wearing this hoodie that's supposed to be worn outside to go to bed because I have like nothing clean besides work clothes, and I'm not gonna go to sleep in a blouse. But anyway, I had the most embarrassing thing happen to me here in a long time. I almost fell down like 5 flights of stairs. I'm not even kidding you. Concrete stairs. Thank God I was near the back of the line. So there was only a few people behind me. But I had on heels and like my shoe came off. I had to put it back on. And like I leaned forward and like I felt like I saw my life flash before my eyes. And like the anxious anxiety, whatever part of me, I like faked, and I pretended like I was on the phone to make myself feel better, but like oh, it was so bad. Like I literally like just want to die. I wish I could undo this whole day because to make matters worse, I'm pretty sure I'm going to constantly see those people because of the time of day. They probably work just like how I do, so I'm probably gonna see them on the train like, hey, that's that black girl that fell down all 6 sets of stairs. So I'll get over it, but I wanted to talk about my work day again. So, like, today kind of made me upset. Let me put my camera back on my tripod. Excuse my ghetto setup. I'll have money again soon. I'm trying to get everything together first before I start wasting money on refurnishing crap. And in case you don't understand, I never really had to buy my own furniture, like, legitimately, because I used to live with my boyfriend. So, like, I've been mostly staying at um, other like Gaijin houses that either came furnished or that didn't come furnished, but like I had to get rid of stuff because I had a really bad roach infestation, which I think I made a blog post about it and I kind of talked about it I think in a video, but like I'll do a separate video on my whatever apartment like that I had here and about how bad everything was when I finally get the time to do it. So I'm really just recording this so that I like have another journal and I wanted to talk about it like while it's still on my mind or whatever. But this wasn't really planned because obviously I can't expect to fall down the stairs or for what happened today to take place. So long story short, one of the teachers called off, claimed that her daughter was sick and that it was so bad that she had to stay home with her, which I don't have kids, but I can understand that. And then my mom has had to call off to come pick, me up and things like that. So anyway, what was I about to say? So yeah, once we get there, they wait until like, mind you that in Japan, like at international schools, depending on the school, there's not a lot of space. So like we literally have to take these big heavy desks, unfold them, put them down, move stuff around, move chairs. There's a lot of lifting and moving and stuff and whatnot. And I have really young students. They're basically preschoolers, but in Japan they're treated as kindergartners. So my kids are just 3 years old, but I'm teaching them how to read and write, etc. Long story short, I had just finished setting everything up, and they knew that they had planned this earlier. So I think what really happened was the Japanese assistants don't like being called assistants, so like they treat them like teachers, but it's like you're basically an assistant. You don't have your own class. You don't decide what's taught. Your job is just to go along with whatever us native English speakers decide for, the students. So anyway, one of the teachers in particular, I'll avoid saying names, she is supposed to really be working side by side with me, but I think I might have hurt her feelings because I never asked for her help because I don't need help. I only have a few kids. And, normally in America, your schools, your classes are much bigger. I can handle a class of 30 students by myself. I don't need someone to help me, with 20 or less kids. So she claimed it because I didn't have that many students because, a few of them were going to be absent. She asked me to move over and join the other classroom. This is basically their way just to be nosy to see what I'm doing and to have us all together because otherwise there's no purpose. Why can't I just stay in my classroom? So I stupidly, was like, okay, fine. Let me just finish doing the calendar with them because I have them like interact with it and find the right number and find the right month and day of the week, etc. And then I'll move over there. And sure enough, as soon as I got over there, they like could not pay attention because there was too much stuff going on. They could see the bigger kids playing games and doing shapes and doing all type of stuff that they have not learned yet. And I'm, trying to teach them what was supposed to be review, but they don't know phonics, which is understandable for their age. But according to the schedule that I was given, the outline of what they want them to be doing, we're supposed to be reviewing phonics, not learning it. They do not know phonics. So whoever taught them last year, which I know who did it, did not do a great job at that. So it really pissed me off today. And so like I need to like work on myself because I feel like whenever something makes me upset, I'm like super obvious. Like you can like see like all over me, like all over my face, like you can see that I'm pissed off like that. And I swear like I try not to show it because I think, as I've already expressed before, I don't know which video you guys are gonna get first. I think my coworkers already hate me, that they already think I'm a bitch because of my degree and the fact that I'm an American and I'm young and I ain't got kids, etc. Nothing's really holding me down. Of course, nobody's ever gonna say that and be like, "Oh, it's just in your head," blah blah blah. But it's like, no, I can tell the difference in how people treat me. I'm super nice. I keep to myself. I don't bother anybody. I only bitch like when I'm talking to you guys. And the stuff that I'm even telling you all is, me explaining how me being nice and quiet and to myself gets misinterpreted as me thinking I'm too good for everyone or being a bitch because I have common sense, which these other teachers lack. And this is the reason why, like, I get it. I'm not, shaming anyone. I'm just being real. Of course, most people are here in Japan teaching English because it's the only job they can get, not because they're passionate about it. I didn't choose to be a teacher because I chose Japan. I always wanted to be a teacher since before I could even find where Japan was on a map, before and even after my relationship. Whatever happens does not matter. I've always wanted to be a teacher. What did change is me thinking about teaching in Japan. I initially thought about teaching in South America, I thought about Colombia, other countries. I did not think about Japan until I got interested in Japan as a country when I was, my late teens. So, anyway, you do have a lot to learn. It does take passion. You have to be very creative and very understanding in order to be a good teacher. And I feel like people don't understand that, as I've expressed in another video, which you may or may not see first. But I feel like not teachers, but schools here, they have like different standards when it comes to hiring foreign teachers. They look for someone who's loud and obnoxious and a clown versus someone that actually knows how to teach. They don't care about organization and planning skills. It's just a matter of who can sing the most songs, who can be the loudest, most obnoxious, out there foreigner, fresh off the boat type personality. That's what they think makes someone a good teacher, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And this is the reason why Japanese people suck at English. They don't have good teachers. Everything's just focused on, having an exotic, sexy, blonde-haired, blue-eyed type foreigner teaching them. They don't care about the material I'm tripping over my words. They don't care about the material that's being learned. And then even when they hire brown-skinned foreigners, so like those from, Asia or from South America or even black people, then I feel like it becomes the same problem. Then there's too much pride. They don't want to be corrected. They get too serious with planning. And it's like, you can't teach 5-year-olds chemistry. Come on, use y'all damn brains. So I try to talk common sense into people, and instead it comes off as me being cocky. So I'm literally having to like just, not say anything. And I'm going to make a separate video on this, but in fact, I'm going to do that right after this. What really makes me upset is that I hate that Japan is so stuck in traditions that you cannot make changes. And it makes me so freaking angry. And this is part of like the dumb shit that I hear other foreigners say, which you can look at my comments in other videos and see the dumb fucks. Excuse me if you're one of those dumb fucks, but hey, I'm just calling it like I see it. That have like tried to defend the ridiculous stuff that happens here. So they will like tell you like, oh, but it's Japan. Quit trying to change Japan. I hate whenever foreigners come into their country. Blah blah blah. It's like, please shut the fuck up. But I feel like that's kind of the reaction that people have when it comes to work here in Japan. They have the if it ain't broke, don't fix it type mentality when it comes to everything. Even if it is broke, if nobody's noticed that it's broken, you don't fix it. So like they teach their kids dumb stuff that doesn't make sense. Like it makes sense, but it's grammatically incorrect and just weird. Like for example, calling the bathroom toilet, saying "see you." Like even adults say that. It's like, who the fuck says that to their friends? Like, excuse me, I have never said "see you." I don't even think as a child. It's just weird. It sounds even creepier when you hear grown people, like men and women, saying that to people. And bye-bye. Like, aren't we supposed to be learning English? And then saying big voice instead of telling them to speak loudly or use your indoor, outdoor voice. Like, use real English terms. What's the purpose in going to an international school if you pick and choose what English they're going to really learn and then allow them to learn bad Japanese English as well? That just, like, grinds my gears, whatever type thing. And so I've learned, my lesson from trying to speak up at other places, but I even wanted to give an idea when we went outside for recess today. I noticed that apparently these dumb teachers don't have common sense. I'm sorry, but it's like, shouldn't we have the preschoolers, like, because they have to hold hands when we cross the street and, walk together outside in the line. Shouldn't they hold hands and have the younger child inside the street and the older child outside to avoid accidents? But I've already learned my lesson, so I'm not going to say anything. I'll let them figure that out and decide what they want to or what they're going to do, and not even like get involved in that, because like it seems like such a simple gesture, but oh, like, yeah, she said that's a great idea, but you never know how people are going to react. And like I said, I've been burned in the past. My nail was like cutting my hair, but I've been burned in the past by trying to, be helpful or honest and tell people like what exactly, was it that I was thinking, or what, my suggestions and ideas. I've learned not to say anything at all, because I feel like the moment that I do say anything, it either makes people feel like I think I know more than them because of my degree, which I fucking do. I hope I do. I went to school for this. But even like beyond just like a matter of like, oh, like you think you know more than me, I think it also makes people upset too, because beyond just, me acting like I'm better than them or whatever, I think they feel like I'm like a rival, which I guess is kind of the same thing. So like I can't really explain it, but I feel like instead of them taking my advice and be like, oh, that's a great idea, people rather, get offended over it instead of saying, oh yeah, maybe we should change that. I told you guys in that video about that job I lost. I swear, I wish I could tell you that I did something else wrong and that they had other reasons. But they literally fired me because basically I mentioned that the curriculum that they have isn't really making any sense. Like, they have a phonics book that we don't use in class. Your students are all over the place with their English levels. They have, student books. They have like, a student book, but then no workbook. So it's like, what's the purpose in it? If you're not going to do homework, you're only seeing them once a week for not even an hour, but 45 minutes. What? So it depends on who you're talking to. Like I said, I have my other job. My boss listens to everything that I say, and I can make changes and corrections as I please. And really this new job, I can do the same thing, but only with my own stuff. Like I don't get to make, the changes for everyone, which is fine, because I don't want people to make changes and rules for me either. But whenever there's group activities, like, of course, then I have to do what the majority decides, which makes sense. And this is one of them. So, like, they have their own formula for how recess takes place, which I'm fine with it. But it's like, it'll make things a lot easier, because they've had situations where students have ran off and they have difficulty getting them in line. And it's like, why not have it where all of the big kids are on the left side, all of the little kids on the right side, so that this way the big kids are, next to the cars and traffic, and the smaller kids are on the inside. So it's also harder for them to run off and just dart off or whatever. So it's hard for me to keep my mouth closed. And then, like, even with my Aiken class, I want to give suggestions and ideas of stuff that I see the other teachers doing wrong, from not correcting their grammar to, whatever. And I talked about that that cost me my job in my last place. And it's like a huge part of the Aiken test is your pronunciation. If your pronunciation is bad, you're not making eye contact, your writing skills are bad, your reading skills are bad, you have a thick accent, once again, huge problem, you are not going to pass that test, or your grade is going to be lower. So I'm thinking like this needs to be corrected. But instead of people being like, oh, like, thanks for mentioning that, whatever. Instead, I just seem like a bitch. It's like, oh, like, she's new here. She's trying to tell everyone how to do their job. She thinks she's better than me because she's an American. She thinks she's better than me because she went to college in Japan. She thinks she's better than me, because she has this degree. She's from this country. She's this age, whatever. I feel like people like walk in, to the situation and they see me because of where I'm from and what I have. And they just assume that I'm just trying to, boss everyone around. But it's like, no, you're not experienced. You don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing. And I do. So I'm just trying to help you. I'm not saying it in a bitchy way. I'm coming to people nicely. And I always go to management. I don't even bother like going to coworkers because, you get two different extremes. And I get it. People want to do things their own way. But these parents are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to try to get their kids to learn English and be fluent. And they're not going to, because they're learning from jackasses. They're learning from random dumbass people from random ass countries. I'm sorry, but if you're from Australia, New Zealand, even the UK, you don't speak American English. And that's what people are really trying to learn. Their books are in American English. Their tests are in American English. They probably want to go study in America. They're going to be doing business with people that have learned how to speak with an American accent. So if you are doing stuff a different way, whether it's the way you teach phonics, whether it's the way that you write, you are fucking with their head because you're teaching them how to do stuff the wrong way. And unfortunately, when they take these tests, they're not going to be judged on how, British English, Australian English, excuse me, I'm not trying to offend anybody, I'm just being real. You are going to cause them to fail. So for example, I worked with a British girl, she would spell stuff, the British way. And it's like, it depends on who's grading it. I don't know how all of that stuff works, but just to be safe, you're always better off safe than sorry. I would prefer that they, stick with one language to make things easier. It's the same language, but, different writing style, the way that we spell stuff. So like, I don't even know what to do because like for that too, like I can never say anything about that because that really seems bitchy. It's like, oh, you think you're better because you're born in America, you fucking slave. So I don't know what to do. Like that's why I'm like ranting to you guys. I'm venting to you guys because I can't talk to my coworkers in real life. I cannot talk to my boss in real life. And I don't even want to because I'm not going to get paid more for giving my 2 cents. They don't care. They're going to take my ideas and either run with them and, better their school and, maybe one day fire me and let me go. Or they're going to take what I said and get upset and fire me and let me go and be like, oh, this bitch just came and she thinks she could tell everybody what to do, reinvent the wheel, blah, blah, blah. And that's the part that I found funny. They have that Canadian guy. He's over everything, which at least is understandable. He speaks, close enough, same English, writing's pretty much the same. But it's like, yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing either. Like, the curriculum is really too hard for their age. And it's not really as organized as it should be. Like, for example, the goals are 50-50. The goals are both too small for the entire month, and they're also too hard. So they're doing difficult work, but they have a long period of time to learn it. But the downside is, I'm literally getting paid to just teach the kids for about 30 to 40 minutes. And the rest of the day is just playing babysitter. So wiping noses, wiping faces, putting together lunches, spoon feeding kids, and then just watching them at recess. And I get paid at the end of the day. And I have other work too. Like, this isn't my only job, but like now this is my main job. So this is new for me. I'm used to dealing with older students. I normally have high schoolers and junior high students. Now I'm really just dealing with kindergartners. I have my own kindergarten homeroom. So I hate this so much because, like I said, I want to talk and like, well, what I'm saying to someone that's listening right now, this might all make sense. Like, oh, go ahead, tell them. But no, like, trust me, I've been there, done that. If you are ever in my shoes, do not, please, for the love of God, do not give your 2 cents on what you think should be changed with the school unless you are asked. Do not come up and ask yourself, no matter how nicely you do it, you don't know your employer well enough. You don't know your coworkers well enough, and it can cost you your job. I would much rather you err on the side of caution, which is exactly what I'm doing because I'm new at this place. And, well, I think they would be okay with it because really they need me. But I just don't have a good feeling about it. Because, like, even that last job that I had, a while ago now, they were desperately in need of a teacher, too. And they had people that were going to, expecting to be leaving just months after they let me go anyway. So I was like, wow, you all are going to fire me while you're in need of more teachers? Like, that's kind of weird. And they didn't even have a replacement lined up for me at the time. So it was so weird. So I know that can happen at any time, and I hope you keep that in mind too. So do what you want to do. I'm just throwing out my little disclaimer. If I were you, I would not do that because, I'm not doing it right now. So just got to talk to somebody about it, and I wanted to make this video while it was still on my mind. So that's that. It's a pointless video. Sorry for this boring, pointless rant. I don't know what to do, but this is why I don't have any friends, you guys. This is why I don't like being friends with my coworkers. When I was younger, the thought of bitching and complaining about work and talking about your boss to my coworkers seemed cool. But like now that I'm an adult, I don't have interest in that anymore. I just want to, get my money and go home and go shopping and, be with my boyfriend and my cats and watch YouTube or something and eat. I don't care about trying to be BFFs with my coworkers. I like my friends to be outside of my work. I don't date coworkers. I don't have any interest in being involved in that type of crap. I have no interest in being phony. And I think they also think that I'm, bad because I don't eat lunch with them. But it's like, I'm not trying to avoid you guys. I'm just busy working. I organize papers. I make copies. I print. I do work-related stuff during my lunch break. I never really take a lunch, which is what most normal teachers do. I'm always grading work, organizing lesson plans. I'm about to do that right now. So after I make this next video. So that's that. I guess I'm done. Thank you so much for watching this video and listening to my pointless rant. I'll be fine. I'm just letting you guys know how I feel, making a video, upload, journal type thing, telling you how my day went. So again, I'm fine. It's a new company. I have to get used to everything, but I just feel like trapped. I hate that some things I can't help about myself and other things I can, but I hate that I always get judged differently when people would do the same thing if they had my degree and they were from my country. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm better than other people because of where I was born. I don't do that. I promise you. But I can't win. So whatever. Thanks for watching. Bye.